Some people are born into competition, others have it bred into them. That's what growing up with my sister, Ria, felt like. Everything was a comparison: grades, friends, hobbies, even how we smiled in family photos. Our father adored her confidence. Ria was loud, radiant, and charming, everything I wasn't. She'd walk into a room and people would instantly gravitate toward her. I, on the other hand, was quieter, observant. The kind of person who listened more than she spoke. But to Dad, that translated as lacking initiative. He'd say things like, "Amara, learn to be more like Ria, she gets what she wants." And she did. She got the better room, the newer phone, the praise at every dinner table. But what no one saw was how Ria got what she wanted by taking it from others. As kids, she'd steal my art projects and claim them as hers. In high school, she copied my essay and submitted it first. When I confronted her, she'd laugh, pat my shoulder, and say, "Relax, Amara. You're creative, I'm confident. We make a good team." A team where one person builds and the other takes credit. Back then, it was annoying. Now, years later, it would become war. After college, fate, or maybe irony, put us both in the same marketing agency in downtown Toronto. Ria got in through one of Dad's connections. I joined later, after grinding through unpaid internships and late nights refining my portfolio. At first, working together sounded fun. But it didn't take long for the old pattern to resurface. Whenever I brainstormed campaign ideas, she'd offer to polish them for our upcoming pitches. Then, the next week, I'd see my exact concept on the big screen with her name on it. One time, I created a concept for a cosmetics brand, a minimalist, identity-focused campaign called Be Your Own Filter. I told her about it casually over lunch. 2 days later, she presented the same name, same tagline, even my exact words about authenticity in digital beauty. Everyone applauded. Our creative director said, "Ria, that's brilliant." And she smiled, looking right at me. That's when I realized she wasn't competing with me. She was feeding off me. It wasn't just work. It was our home life too. Every time we visited our parents, Dad would brag about Ria's achievements. "Your sister's going places, Amara. She's got the spark. You should learn to market yourself better." Market myself? I was too busy making ideas that actually worked. Then came the big announcement. Our firm was opening up a senior strategist position, the promotion everyone wanted. It meant a significant raise, more authority, and leadership over the creative team. I knew I had the experience. I'd built campaigns from scratch for 3 years straight. But Ria had something more powerful than talent presentation. She was charming in meetings, confident with clients, and, well, a professional scene stealer. That night, I told her about a tech client I was preparing a full rebrand proposal for. She smiled, poured herself wine, and said, "You're so creative, Amara. Let me help you organize it before you present it." I wanted to believe she'd changed. But deep down, something twisted in my gut. The next week, the creative presentation was scheduled. I walked into the boardroom ready to pitch my tech rebrand idea, only to see Ria standing at the front of the screen. On it, my work, my colors, my layout, my headline. "Our concept," she said to the team, "focuses on rehumanizing tech through design empathy." The exact phrase I'd written in my notes. I sat there, frozen, as my manager and the clients nodded enthusiastically. She didn't just steal my idea, she performed it. And she nailed it. After the meeting, the client requested Ria for the project. She got public praise. The CEO even mentioned her name in the company newsletter. That night, Dad called. "I heard about Ria's big presentation. She's making a name for herself. You should be proud of your sister." Proud? I wanted to scream. Instead, I smiled and said, "I am, Dad." But in that silence, something hardened inside me. That was the night I decided I wouldn't be her stepping stone anymore. Revenge doesn't start with anger. It starts with clarity. I didn't need to destroy her, I just needed to let the truth reveal itself. First, I started collecting receipts. I kept every email she sent asking for my drafts. I saved all my original files with timestamps. And most importantly, I looked into the document properties of the files she uploaded. Guess what? Every document still listed me as the original creator. Ria might have been clever, but she wasn't technical. She didn't know how to scrub metadata. So, I built a quiet case. Meanwhile, I played dumb, acting friendly, even supportive. I'd compliment her in meetings, share notes, and let her think she had me under control. Then came the perfect opportunity. Our company landed a huge client, a luxury lifestyle brand that wanted a rebranding campaign. Whoever led it successfully would automatically secure the senior strategist promotion. Ria was desperate to win. So I gave her something she couldn't resist, a poisoned gift. One night I casually mentioned an idea I'd been working on. I called it Live Limitlessly, a campaign that sounded visionary, full of big slogans and emotional storytelling. Ria's eyes lit up instantly. "That's incredible, Amara. You have to share your notes with me. I can help polish it." So I did. I gave her everything except it wasn't real. Hidden within that campaign were false data points, like exaggerated product claims and fake research sources that would fail compliance checks instantly. It wasn't enough to ruin the company, but enough to make the presenter look unprofessional. And right before submission, I sent my actual campaign to the director privately, quietly labeled as Revised Proposal, Internal Draft. Ria had no idea. The day of the presentation, the room was packed, executives, department heads, even the compliance officer. Ria strutted in like she owned the place, sleek hair, designer suit, confident smirk. I sat quietly in the back, pretending to take notes. She began her pitch. "Our Live Limitlessly campaign will redefine luxury branding for modern consumers based on extensive market data." Then came the moment. A senior client frowned. "Excuse me, these figures, where did you source this data?" Ria blinked. "From our internal research, I believe." The compliance officer adjusted his glasses. "That data doesn't exist. This claim violates ad standards. Did you verify it?" The silence that followed was deafening. Everyone's eyes turned toward her. The CEO's face hardened. "Ria, this is unacceptable. Who prepared this file?" Ria panicked. It's my work, but my sister helped." That's when our IT analyst, trying to trace accountability, opened the document's properties. Right there, in bold. Author, Amara Dillon. The air froze. Ria was speechless. She stammered, tried to backtrack, but the damage was done. Our boss demanded a private meeting. I was called into. When HR asked for clarification, I calmly opened my laptop and displayed every time-stamped draft, every message, every revision log. The digital trail was flawless. Ria sat there, shaking, tears threatening to fall. For the first time in my life, I saw her mask slip. She whispered, "You set me up." And I said quietly, "No, Ria, I just stopped letting you use me." By the end of the day, she was stripped of the promotion. HR issued a formal warning for misconduct. And my boss, who'd always overlooked me, said, "We owe you an apology, Amara. You've been the backbone of this department." A week later, I was promoted. Dad found out soon after. He called, his voice heavy. "Your sister's been having a hard time. What happened at work?" I told him everything, slowly, calmly, without anger. There was a long silence. Then he sighed. "I was wrong about you, Amara. You didn't need to be like Ria. You just needed to be you." It wasn't triumph, I felt it was peace. For once, I didn't need validation. Ria and I barely speak now. She still blames me for what happened, but deep down, she knows the truth. And every time I walk into that office, with my name on the senior strategist door, I remember that quiet, vengeful satisfaction of justice served not through cruelty, but through patience, planning, and proof. Sometimes revenge doesn't scream, it whispers. And when it finally speaks, everyone listens.
Go watch the one on the left and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more tales of triumph over injustice and a saga of ultimate revenge.